Hey guys, Kev here, and I wanted to show you our newest model releasing on the 14th of December at 1 p.m. Eastern. This is the Divo Knives Lush, and this is going to be a traditionalpocketknives.com exclusive model. So we're working with Austin and his team over there at Traditional Pocket Knives. Great people, and it's been an absolute pleasure, and we're really excited about this model here. We've been working on it for over a year now, since we first designed the Barley, which is a slip joint design we ended up licensing out. We realized immediately that it would be a very cool bolster lock style knife, and we wanted to try out a different style of front/top flipper, along with a long pull for reverse flicking, of course. And so that's kind of where the Lush was born. And here they are, and they're ready to drop next week. We're really excited about it. Just to give you the nitty gritty, these are titanium with S90V steel. So you have S90V blade steel, hollow ground. You have a machine finish satin, titanium bolsters, and then you have 80s camo carbon. We have lava flow fat carbon, and we have Arctic fat carbon. So we have three options there: a blue, a red, and a multicolor. So it kind of gives you the full spectrum. They're going to be $199 retail when you order these. Your usual affiliate codes should work on this. So LeftyTPK gets you $5 off if you use that, or you can obviously use your favorite YouTuber's code or whatever you want to do. But that would make it $194 out the door. We think that's a pretty good price for what you're getting materials-wise, build quality-wise, and everything. So we're really happy with that. We wanted to really deliver quality, premium, but not break the bank, right? And that's a difficult combination. But we teamed up with Kansept Knives to do this one. They OEM this. And you know, when you're trying to hit a price point, sometimes you have to make small sacrifices. So, you know, we weren't able to do a belt satin. We went with their machine satin. They don't actually do a belt satin, but it still looks very, very good, and it helped us keep it at that $199 price point. So we did go with a wire clip on this guy. We just really like the wire clip on this one. That's how we prototyped it. And this wire clip in particular is just fantastic. I mean, if you compare it to what you see normally wire clip wise, which is, here's another one of ours, the Growler V2, which this clip works really well on this knife. But you'll see the slope on the wire clips are different. This one comes down and then up a little bit here at the end, but it's very rounded, very slim and streamlined. Where this one kind of comes up, then down, then back up. So we really like the way this clip operates, very similar to the clip we have on the Divo Knives Buzz. So this will accept Lynch clips. I tested it on this one. I don't have a Rips Garage Tech clip to test, but I venture to guess it would fit because the Lynch clip fit, assuming that screw would fit through the Rips Garage Tech hole. We have titanium hardware, and then these are going to be T6 on the inlay screws. That was something that Kansept wanted to do, and honestly, you know, we're not the biggest fans of T6s, but the cool thing is it keeps that screw hole really small and lets you get a really good look at the material that you're using. So if you look at something like our Stout V1, when you look at those holes, you have much bigger screw holes for the T8 screws. So it's just sort of a trade-off there. And I think for inlays and then sub body screws, a T6 works. Again, it's not ideal, but you got to have trade-offs here and there, right? So you have a back spacer, matches up with everything, comes around there, and then I'll show it to you in the closed position. All the ones I've handled are dead nut centered. The tip is nice up and off the back spacer, so it's not going to bottom out or anything like that. You do have a barrel that travels through there. You can see that. You have a reversible clip, so you can mount that clip on either side. And again, we have the inlays. They did a great job with the inlay work. I mean, it's very, very well done. Flush, feels great. You can see the, little details in the design. And yeah, it came together really well. One of the nice things is this small bolster. So you don't have a huge bolster here that can get in the way when you're left-handed reverse flicking the knife. So you're not binding anything up being on that bolster. So it's very, very lefty friendly. I mean, the only way I think it would cause a problem is if you press right on that. And even then, I bet you, oh no, I can't get it out if I press right on top of it. But I've never just been in that position. That's a weird spot on this knife. If you pick the knife up, for me, I'm down here, right? I'm all the way down there. Yeah, I just don't even see a position where you would end up on that. And even then, see, I can get it out. So we really like the bolster lock look and feel. And then we have this long pull or fuller or whatever you want to call it, long nail nick. And we actually made it a little taller than on the prototype and asked them to make it sharper here. And they did a great job with that. So your finger catches really well on that fuller for the reverse flick. And I noticed you can even get it's sharp enough to thumb flick it. If you give it a little bit of a wrist pop when you throw it out, it's not really meant for thumb flicking, but it does work. You can obviously slow roll this guy out as well. And then you have this top flipper slash front flipper. And the way that this was designed was to be extremely minimal, but give you options. So on our prototype, this was a little bit lower, and we raised it up a little bit to make it easier to operate. So you can actually rest your finger up here in the front. It's nice and jimped all the way around. And you just put some pressure back here and pop that bad boy open. Now, it might take you a minute to get used to it. On the prototypes, it took people a few seconds to get used to it, and then they loved it. We tried to eliminate some of that, process where it should be a little more intuitive now because it's taller. So the front flip's great. Then you can get, what I would recommend is you get on the front half of this top flipper, and then you just put pressure again and pop it open. And you're going to get that nice top flipper feel. And then you can also reach up here and grab the back end of it and get yourself a nice reach around. That's what she said. So you have a lot of ways to operate this knife, right? Reverse flick, reach around, front flipper, top flipper. If you want to dig in and give it a little pop, you can thumb flick it. You can obviously slow roll this guy out. So there's just a lot of options with it. And that was, one of the things we really wanted on this knife. Now the detent, because it has this front flipper, top flipper design, it's going to be on the medium side. So it's not going to be a super strong detent. I am well known for loving a strong detent, so I know that people are going to ask about this. So I just want to let you know, it's not going to be the strongest detent in the world, and that's because it has to be able to easily pop out of there when you're doing front flips and top flips. We don't want that too strong to where it's ripping and shredding your fingers, right? But as long as you're going to reverse flick it and you come up pretty much, you know, just try to come up to the top of the fuller and you just flick it, it feels absolutely fantastic. Being somebody who's super snobby about detents, these all feel fantastic. And the nice thing about it is, because the way the fuller is designed, you can really dig in. So I'm pushing right now this way. I'm pushing, applying pressure. So I'm essentially building up pressure, and then bang, I can let her loose, right? Where sometimes when you have a hole design, you end up kind of like flopping the blade out when you're building pressure. But on this, you can just build it up and fire it. Now, if you ended up down here, it's going to feel much weaker, right? Because you're farther away from the pivot. So basically, closer to the pivot, stronger it feels. Further away from the pivot, softer it feels. Now, you can still flick it from down there, no problem. You just have to give it a little more of a flick. So to me, they're all fantastic. These that I've all handled are wonderful. So really happy with that. Let me show you the packaging. Well, one other thing, we added this Vox style jimping up here, and it is perfect. Just feels absolutely great in the hand. You have a hollow ground S90V blade. Comes down to a nice thin edge right there. I believe Kansept is 59 to 61. It might be 58 to 60. I'm not positive on the S90V, but it's somewhere around there. I know everybody wants it to be 61 to 62, and we would love that, but that's just, you know, Chinese OEM. They follow the protocols from Crucible, and Crucible, I guess, lists 58 to 60 or 59 to 61. So feel free to test it, do whatever you want. If you get one, I'd love to know any information on that, but I have cut with it and had no issues. We've had prototypes out in the wild for a long time, and feedback has been nothing but good on the cutting performance. Just for shits and giggles, I did do some spine whacking, just so, you know, we can get that out of the way for the people who care about that. I know it's popular right now, so I've had no issue. I put a little gash in my table there. So one other thing I really love about the design is the lock bar access. So you see how that's cut back right there? And it's pretty far away from where it locks up. So it really has this unique feel in a good way. And the blade just drops down, but it drops down and hits you flat. It doesn't hit you with a corner. So it doesn't hurt or anything. But obviously you can just do this and then get it out of the way. The detent is nice and early. You'll see right there is where the detent hits. There's no detent ramp or anything. This knife does not need a detent ramp. I am anti-detent ramp, especially on a knife like this. It has a choil and it gives you every opportunity to clear the detent. You know what I mean? Yeah. Lava Flow looks fantastic. Arctic looks fantastic. 80s looks fantastic. Really, really stoked with these. Now, the packaging is something that Traditional Pocket Knives is really big on. Austin over there is really big on just having cool packaging and making it an experience for people. Now, we like doing that too, but depending on the level of knife, if it's a really more affordable knife from us, we limit that because we're trying to keep it cost effective for you. This guy falls in the middle. You know, $199 is, I would argue, getting to the premium end of things. So we wanted to give you guys a little bit of an experience, and what we came up with was this really cool artwork. Shout out to Brian over at traditionalpocketknives.com. He did a great job with this. And that was in collaboration with Colin, of course. You can see we got the traditionalpocketknives.com plus Divo knives here with this cool neon coloring because we have the 80s camo in there. We got the red, we got the blue, so bright colors. We wanted to make it stand out. So you have the Lush. So very cool on here. And then each one will have a marked sticker on it. So this is the Lava Flow. This is the Arctic. And you can see even these colors match. And then this one is the 80s, which is very, very cool. And then when you open this box up, you'll have a Divo box inside. You'll also be getting a sticker. So you'll get the Lush sticker. You'll get, I'm sure, Traditional Pocket Knives stickers. You will be getting a Divo Knives cloth. Oops. I've used this one quite a bit, but you get a Divo Knives cloth. Nice big, we have these 12 by 12 cloths. If you actually use it, it's fantastic. And then you have a Divo Knives box with a foam cutout, silica gel, and you're gonna have your knife in a plastic sleeve. So that is how they're gonna come. I think that's gonna be fun for you guys that care about packaging. And then you'll have something cool to throw in your box of boxes like me, you know? So that's pretty much it on the Lush, guys. We've been really excited about this one. I know a lot of you guys have been waiting for this one, so here it is. We've been planning to get this out for the holidays all year. We knew it was going to come in right around Thanksgiving or Christmas and be a mad rush. And, you know, luckily we got them in time for Christmas. Traditional Pocket Knives already QC checked all the knives. And we actually had all of them were great. I think there was one knife where they just had to tweak centering a touch, and that was it. So we're really stoked with that. And Kansept did a great job on these. And we can't wait to see what you guys think of them. And we hope you enjoy them. We're doing the drop on the 14th of December at 1 p.m. And we did that because we wanted to make sure you guys got them for Christmas. And so we didn't want to push it back too far. We originally wanted to do it on the 15th at 1 p.m., but some other drops came up before we got to announce it, like an hour behind that. And we just didn't want to come in and just, you know, be an hour before somebody. So we just moved it up a day. Plus, you know, I'm a knife guy. I buy knives. And I know that once you buy a knife, in 24 hours, your clock resets and you're okay spending money again. So you guys will be buying 2 knives in 2 days, I'm sure. Some of you will. In terms of quantities on these, we ordered 300. So I don't know how many we'll have up for sale on the drop, probably somewhere around there. I think we're going to hold back 5 or 10 of each that Colin and I want to take to shows and stuff like that. So there's not going to be a load of these out there, but we do that for a couple reasons. One, we're just not made of money. We can't afford to just order millions of every knife. This is not a pre-order. This is a drop. And 2, we want to make sure you guys like the knife. So, you know, we want to do this drop, see if you guys are into it. If people really like it and want more, then we'll have more made, and then we can, you know, do different stuff, which is cool. So there's a couple reasons we do it that way, but, yeah, that's it. That's the Lush, guys. We love it. We're really excited about it, and, can't wait to see what you guys think. I'm probably going to drop a disassembly video here as well before the drop, and maybe some other stuff. You know how it goes. And yeah, love you guys. Hope you have an absolutely fantastic day. Big shout out to TradtionalPocketKnives.com for teaming up with us on this one. Shout out to Colin for being an epic business partner, and hope to see you guys pick up the Lush on the 14th at 1 p.m. Eastern. Peace!